Hello, everybody. My name is Diplomat, and before you ask about the microphone, I have a kitten in the house now. So, yeah, that thing has kind of tortured my microphone every time I go to sleep. I have fixed the problem, but the damage is already done. So, my pop filter has been absolutely shredded. Anyway, I want to go ahead and talk about Aneurism IV. It has a little bit of a problem, and I'm not quite sure how the devs will fix it, if they even fucking can. So, in Aneurism IV, we have a few problems. Number one is probably a problem that devs could potentially fix, if it even needs fixing. The scum, for example, they're struggling pretty hard on the new map. Now, it could just be that the scum do not know how to play on the map so far. I personally have a lot of fun playing scum, but it is very, very hard. But I don't know whether to chalk that up to Cortex being stronger or if it's, just scum not knowing the map. So anyway, I don't know if you guys can see when I mouse over. Yeah, you can see when I mouse over. Okay. You just can't see my mouse. So obviously in the release of Aneurism IV's Misery update, the population was really good, spiked up to 1,000. I kind of predicted that. And then I predicted that if the game is doing good, it'd probably stay at around 600 player count, which, because, Aneurism IV is not a big game. I think there's a lot more people that would rather watch the game than actually play it. So, yeah, player count being 600 is fine. But here's the problem. Obviously, player count is not staying at a consistent price. Like, you see that. It's going, and then, but it's like going down. It's not staying consistent. If you look up something like Gary's mod, that it stays relatively consistent. Like, let's look at a month. Like, look at that. That's not a dying game. That game's fine. It has its ups and lows. People play, I guess, down to like 24K as its lowest, and then it keeps going. Because obviously the player count, its actual player count, is around 30-something thousand. I don't know how many of those are bots, though. Probably quite a few. You could probably assume that this is the actual player count, maybe. At 24,000. Like, look at this shit. This is not good. Look, over the course of 1 month, the game was really stagnant. Its actual player count being at 200 during its death strokes, I guess. A lot of people called me crazy whenever I said the game was dying before, and then it went all the way. It mellowed out at 200, which is not very good. If you ask me, the game's player count is supposed to be here. This is really what its realistic player count should be. Is triple this. It's supposed to be triple this. But so the big issue with Aneurism IV is there's currently some DDoS issues. Like, I know Chroma Prime server is consistently getting DDoSed, and that really fucking sucks. And not only that, but the optimization was pretty lackluster on the release. Like, the release of Misery was pretty bad. I remember I tried it out, and then I stopped playing because it was unplayable. And then I joined Chroma's server, and I was like, oh, this one actually works. Well, now that one doesn't work. You know why? Because people are fucking DDoSing that now. I can share some screenshots, but you probably already know. If you're watching this video, you probably are familiar with Chroma Prime, or even like Aneurism Force community in general. Maybe you're not, though. But Chroma Prime is a big YouTuber for Aneurism specifically. I think that's kind of where he fostered his channel growth on. I could be wrong. But now his server is getting fucked over, and his server was like the only one that ran really good. So, yeah, that pissed me off. I have recorded some more gameplay, and I'm going to be releasing some more videos about Aneurism IV, because I actually like the updates, to be fair. Like, I like a lot of the changes they've done so far. Let me see if I can switch the screen here. And then we can talk a little bit about the update, because I do want to talk about a little bit of what I like here. So, one thing I really like about this is their most recent one, version 17B. They're doing an experiment to give dealer a radio. This is temporary, as I've learned. So this is like a placeholder mechanic. They actually plan to do something more. I guess they're going to probably make some updates to how radios work in general. But this is exciting. I do like the fact that dealers get to communicate with scumbags. There is a bit of a downside. People talk about like them spying for Cortex and shit like that, but Cortex can do that anyway. People can go scumbag and then like let Cortex in. They can do. There's so many ways you can grief in Aneurism IV, so it's like I don't consider that really a problem. It's like okay, same bullshit, different smell. Sepsis now deals damage proportionate to max health. This was a suggestion I've made before, so I'm glad to see that in. Every 30 minutes darkness is fine. It's whatever. If all neurostabilizers down, then SIRS rot. That's good. It's fine. 2 times more repair. That's all good. Experimental limitation orders will re-trigger every 35 minutes if all neurostabilizers are down or if rot levels above 50%. That's good. Reduce wartime to 10 minutes. That's fine. Rotting a signal now requires 50% of max players to be online. That's fine. Perfectly all right. Yeah, all of this is really good. I honestly think that this is one of their best updates they've done in a while. The biggest one they did would have to be the fucking... Where is it? They did an experiment. Well, either way, okay, right here. This is where it is. Increasing amnesite gain amounts, and then they capped the amnesites to 30. This was an awesome change. I don't know about you guys, but I fucking hate playing Prol. I've said this before. I might do another video on it. Because I think it should probably be talked about. Yeah, no, I absolutely fucking hated farming as Prol. Like, my least favorite part about Aneurism is the laboring. Some people like it, but I hate it. I think it's good if you like it, but it is not my cup of tea. I don't like that very much. The apartment updates was really cool. All this stuff is really good. This should theoretically like be all the ingredients to revive the game, because my biggest issues with the game was always the repetitive nature and how punishing it was. So like you played Scum and then you die because Scum it's really easy to die, which I don't think is an issue, but the sites were a huge problem. Like in Amnesites, you didn't really get enough, I felt, to make it worth playing. My biggest reason was actually for ESP usage. This game, I have to tell you, like, cheaters need to be fucking purged every time you see them. If you're like an admin or if you're part of the Velocet dev team, because low player counts plus cheaters have an increased, like, for example, fucking the best example I have off the top of my head is Dead by Daylight, because that's another game I fucking no life for no reason. In that game, there is a decent amount of cheaters, but its population is so high that you don't really run into them all too much. Aneurism IV does not have a high pop, so when there is a cheater, and it's hard to detect because ESP is really just undetectable sometimes. When they're there, they cause a lot more damage than if they were on a 24,000 player game. You know, if you're on a 600 player game versus a 24,000 player game, you know, they're gonna do more. I think Dead by Daylight has more pop than 24,000. I don't know if that's true across Steam, but oh yeah, it's got a lot more. But yeah, no, Aneurism IV is in a big trouble. It's mainly because of cheaters. There's like some really petty groups. Don't like that there's also a ton of hackers. Don't like that there's DDoS attacks. All of that stuff adds, and that's what I think that's really what's killing this game, because I only see people complaining about DDoS attacks. I only see people complaining about DDoS attacks and the cheaters. Like, that's the only thing I ever see. So, yeah, I think that should probably be looked into a little bit. Also, I just realized I was stuck on the fucking... Oh my gosh, look at me. Amateur hours here. But yeah. No, I was looking at this. I looked up Dead by Daylight and all that stuff. Yeah. Anyway. Doesn't matter. All of this is just to bring some light onto the situation, because I feel like, in terms of game balance, as I said, I think Scum are kind of struggling on the new map a little bit. I don't know if that's because it's Inba, or if, you know, people just haven't figured out the map or whatever. Like, I think it's too early to tell yet. I know the Amnesite gains have also increased limitator amounts, so that could be something. But I'm quit yapping because I have ran out of things to say at this point, so that's all I wanted to say. See ya. Get the fuck out of here.